Hare Krishna. I wish everyone a very happy Nityananda Trayodasi. 1 second. Actually, I want to close that door. It looks kind of ugly there. 1 second. Sorry, that was not very elegant, but happy Nityananda Trayodasi to everyone. And this is such a special day. So there's a song that Prabhupada taught us, Nitai Pada Kamala, and he sang it, of course, many times. And so I would like to go over that song with you because there's no one in the universe more attractive than Lord Nityananda, more merciful. Lord Nityananda is just the most wonderful person. So I'm going to read my, I'm going to read that song for you. So it begins, Nitai Pada Kamala. It's interesting, we say lotus feet. In Bengali and Sanskrit, they say foot lotus, the lotuses of Nitai's feet, but the same thing, lotus feet. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala are so cooling. Shitala means cooling, more than, or as much as, or more than millions and millions of moons. Now, to understand this, of course, we have to remember that India is a tropical country and it gets very, very, very hot. And so coolness, like the refreshing coolness is refreshing. And because at least, well, when the moon comes out, it's considered very cooling because, it means it's nighttime, the sun has gone down. And of course, many of you have been to India and you start to feel refreshed in the night air. And so it's interesting because in, say, like more northern countries, Northern Europe or America, often like a shadow is sort of a negative image, like the shadow. And whereas shade, the word chaya means shade or shadow in Sanskrit. It's a very positive image, so because of different climates. So if you're coming from a cold part of the world, then you'll understand why that's like that. So Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra. So to say that cooler, more refreshing than millions and millions of moons, the idea here is that our lust, our material desires are burning within us. And even the word tapas, austerity, tapas literally means heat. It means heat. So in colder climates, cold, damp climates like England, heat is sort of a good thing. To have a fire, to have a good fire in your house was a real opulence because wood was expensive. But here, like in India, you have this tapas, heat is austerity. It's something which is very uncomfortable, heat. And so Jai Chaya, in the shade of his lotus feet, Jagat Jurai, the universe is relieved. And so, Heno Nitai Bine Bhai Radha Krishna Paite Nai. So, brother, without Nitai, without Lord Nityananda, you will not achieve Radha and Krishna. It's said that Lord Balaram is the original spiritual master, which means Nityananda, who is Balaram, is the original spiritual master. And so it's hard to imagine a more important person in our lives, because to achieve Radha and Krishna, which is the goal of our existence, we need the help, the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So therefore, because we need him so much, Dridha Kori Dharo Nitayar Pai. So take shelter very firmly with determination, take shelter of Lord Nityananda, and you will achieve that shelter. So say Sambandha Nahi Jar Vritha Janma Gelotar. This is, of course, Bengali. So one who does not have a sambandha, a relationship with Lord Nityananda, his life passed uselessly. Say Pashu, that person is an animal. very Prabhupada says, very heavy language. If someone did not establish a relationship with the merciful Lord, then it's like Bodho Durachara. The person is very Durachara, very misbehaved, like an animal, and his life passed for nothing. Nitai na Bolila Mukhe, one who never uttered the names of Nitai Nityananda, Majjilo Sangsara Sukhe, and is merged, Majjilo, is merged into material happiness, Vidyankule Ki Koribetar. So, what will that person's education and family connections do for him? Because, as we know, these things are temporary. We have to leave this world, and sometimes tragically, our loved ones leave this world, or eventually everyone leaves. And so, therefore, that is samsara sukha, that is material happiness. It's temporary. And temporary is not what we want. We want permanent happiness. We want to be happy always. And that's not possible in the material world. So therefore, our education, our family connections will not ultimately give us the permanent happiness that we so much want. So ahankare matta hoya, here Nityananda says that being maddened with false ego, nitai pada pasarya, I forgot the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, asatyere satya korimani, and I took something untrue as true. Asatya is untrue and satya is true. So asatyere satya kurimani. I completely accepted something untrue as true. And therefore now I'm a very serious problem and existential problem. So nitayer karuna have braje radha krishna pave. So when you receive Lord Nityananda's mercy, then you will achieve Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, Braja, in Braja. Therefore, Dharo Nitai Charan Dukani, we should grasp on, hold firmly the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. So Nitayer Charana Satya, very powerful statement that the feet of Lord Nityananda, in other words, his mercy, they're true, they're truth. This is not just a story. Tahar Sevaka Nitya, and his sincere servant becomes eternal. Nitai Pada Sada Koravash. So always, Prabhupada said, pin your hopes. I mean, we are not completely happy in this world. Everyone has problems in this world. And therefore we hope for better things. We have hopes. So here, Nityananda Thakur says, you should place your hope in Nityananda, in his lotus feet. To say, what does it mean to place hope in his feet? It means to place hope that by humbly approaching Nityananda in a mood of serving, that your dreams will be fulfilled. Narottama Boroduki. So Narottam, as often he does, takes a very humble position. He says, Narottam is very unhappy. In these Bengali songs, they're so beautiful, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, and others, they, just like artists, they sign their name in a corner of their painting. So the authors of these beautiful Bengali Krishna conscious songs, they usually sign their name in the last stanza. So here, Narottama Boroduki, Narottam, he's saying, this is coming from Narottama. Narottama Boroduki is very unhappy. Nitai more korosuki, Nitai, please make me happy. Rako Ranga Charaner Pas, and give me shelter in the corner of your feet, in other words, of your service. Prabhupada says, my dear Lord, please keep me close to your lotus feet. So Prabhupada often sang this. I'm sure it's available on YouTube. It's a very beautiful song. And there's no better way to become happy in life. There's no better way to advance spiritually in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is no better way than to take shelter of Lord Nityananda. So I hope we can all do that. We can all be inspired today, pray to him. And of course, he's ultimately Lord Balaram, which means he's ultimately God, Krishna himself, appearing in different forms, Gornitai, dynamic duo. So let us take advantage of this very, very special day and earnestly try to get the mercy of the great Lord Nityananda. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you're all well, and I hope you all receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda.